Jared Poland, FroKnowsPhoto.com, here to go first this week, editing a raw file that was sent in by one of the readers. Now, what we're looking for when you send in one raw file to FroKnowsPhoto@gmail.com, we're looking for something that has some interest to it. Sometimes certain night shots, they're hard to really have a lot of tweaks, or to take an image that, could use an extra bunch of tweaks. We're looking for things that we can tweak a little bit. Like this image, there's a lot that can be done with it. Sometimes images at night, there's only so many, we can pump up the contrast. There's not many things that we can do. So if it's an image that we can do a bunch with, then it's something that we may, decide to throw up here and edit. We get a lot of these a week, so if we don't get to yours right away, I'm sorry. We just have a lot. Yes, we get a lot of them each week every time we post this. So this image was shot with the Canon EOS Rebel T2i, 1/1000th of a second at f2.8, ISO 150. Well, it's a 50 millimeter. Oh no, it's a 51.8. It's the Plastic Fantastic, which is a cool lens. That is, on the Nikon, I say get the 35 1.8. On the Canon end, you get the 50 1.8. Great. Hey, my printer's going. That means an order just came in. Maybe it's for a blue shirt. No, nobody has blue shirts, just me. Anyway, let's get to editing this photo. Nice histogram, whatever that means. Greg knows more about the histogram than I do. I'm not a big histogram reader or fan. So should we go black and white, or should we go color? Let's see what we get with the color. I think color for this would pump, whatever it is. Anyway, I went up a whole stop, pumping up my contrast right there. A little bit of this, a little bit of clarity. Let's see what happens when we add some yellow. Give it a little bit of an old world feel. Too much yellow, too little yellow. Right about there. Looks good. Let's see. Ooh, hello. So what I'm doing is I'm introducing some magenta. See, when you go the other way, it's green. This way, it's too magenta-y. Oh, that's too green. And right there, that looks about right to me. So I'm even going to go up contrast even more. See what happens when we take the red out, the Coke sign doesn't pop? How much more red? Let's just pump up that all the way. It's a nice, sharp image. Really, really, really sharp out of that Canon. T2i is pretty cool little camera now, isn't it? Look at that. Well, that's what happens when you shoot at 100 ISO. Everything should look uber-duper spectacular. So that's cool. Let's see. Saturation. Vibrance. You take it out there, you're just leaving red. I'm not a big fan of doing that. That's too saturated. And then I take that back out. I don't like that either. So let's see. My general sharpening. Let's see. A little brighter? Nope. I'm going to take that back out. So we're one stop over. I worked my temperature to add a little bit of yellow. I worked my tint, which is the left is the green, and to the right you're introducing more magenta, so I like that. Clarity went up a little bit. Red levels went up a little bit. Actually, all the way. I pumped that up. Fill light. You know I'm not a fan. Don't like the fill light. Still something missing. Black levels, too much. But I want to let's play with the black levels. Pump up. Let's go the exposure a little more, and go with the black levels a little more also. So let's see where we started. This is where we started. So we took the raw file that was flat and blah and turned it into this, which is a punchy. Well, that's really cool. I like looking at it flat and then all the way up. That's my change. Greg, you are up. Let's see what you do with this file.
All right, now it's my turn. Let's see. Cool sign. I love the old Coke signs. These things are so neat. Wonder where this is. No idea. So if there's any GPS information in the picture. No, it imported my information when I imported the photo. So no GPS information. So we don't know where it is. Anyway, let's see what we're gonna do with this photo. First thing, I think I want to make it a little brighter. To see what that's gonna do, I want to give it some more blacks. That's nice. And you know what? I think definitely a touch of clarity. Let's see what happens when we do this. That gives it a really kind of, I don't want to say grungy feel, but it has a really cool kind of, I don't know what the feel is, kind of not necessarily over sharpened, but just has a really, really neat feeling to it. Let's zoom out just a little bit. We're in a little too far. There we go. So that has a really, really cool, I like that. Alright, I like it. I'm sticking with it. Now, what else are we going to do with it? We want to try and pull back on some color. Yeah, there we go. Maybe not vibrance. Let's try saturation. What do you think? Good, bad? I think I'm going to have to leave that. Alright, let's see. Detail. I don't think we need to do anything there. Definitely not split toning. I think lens corrections are as good as they're going to get. Can't really crop this photo too much. Let's try a little more contrast. That helps. And I think that's about it. Let's try our white balance. No, too warm. Definitely too warm. Let's try this. Actually, I kind of like that, where it's just a touch warm. Has a touch of an evening kind of a feel. I think I'm digging that. I'm going to leave it. Let's do what our recovery is going to do in the highlights. We're missing the sky here. Probably shot in the afternoon or shot towards the sun. And so that's why we have that white sky. And I think I'm just going to end up leaving it there because there's really nothing much we can do since there's no detail. And you can tell that there's no detail by looking at the histogram here and then mousing over. That red area right there is completely gone, and we're not going to be able to get any of that back. So we're not looking at anything we can punch up to make it blue or anything. So I guess that is the one. Greg Casillo, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See you next week. Later.
Here we are. This is the first time that I'm doing a side-by-side comparison. You'll be able to see these photos up on FroKnowsPhoto.com. So the one on the left is mine, and I am Jared. The one on the right is Greg's. So I saw how he edited his. This is the first time I'm doing this, so he doesn't even know that I'm actually making this. So he'll get his opportunity to do this next time, or whenever he's doing the edits. So I saw what he did. He added fill light. Now that's not a slider that I rarely touch the fill light, and I rarely touch recovery. But as a part of the way that he edits, he then, he touches that button, that slider. And it was pretty interesting because I got a little worried when I saw him go up with fill light and then up his black levels and got something pretty interesting. Now, I'm going to say that I like mine more because I feel that it is more natural to the setting that it would have been, because here I feel that the red Coke sign is a little too far, too bright. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. I went a little warmer. He went a little less warmer than me. But we'll let you decide and see what you guys think you like. Either my edit this time or Greg's edit. They're both usable. If you weren't looking at one or the other, you'd probably end up saying that they both work. But that's the cool part about doing this, is you get to see two different people editing a file and seeing what we all think. So send one raw file to FroKnowsPhoto@gmail.com, and we may select your photo to edit 1 week or somewhere down the road. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.